If you've lost your love for your sport and you want to regain your passion for it, or you need to decide if you should continue, this video is for you. I'm Jeff, and I'm a former national level chess player, and here's my story. It all started back in 3rd grade. I was an ambitious kid. I wanted to become the best in whatever I get into. Then I discovered chess. At first, I just liked winning. I barely knew about the game, but I kept beating people. But then, I joined this school's chess club, and that opened the doors to tournaments. Our coach gave us a challenge to qualify for the varsity team. We had to beat one of his currently varsity players, but he didn't know I had been training more than his varsity players, and I wasn't intimidated at all. Therefore, I played against this guy. At first, I thought he was good, but it wasn't skilled enough. I closed out the game, secured the win, and officially became a varsity player. It felt like the first step to my conquest. I was driven, I wanted to be the best, but then, something changed. After achieving so much in the sport, I started to lose my passion for it. In that moment, I had to make a choice. Quit or figure out how to reignite the fire I once had. Magnus Carlsen's story has a similar take on loving the game. In his interview in the Joe Rogan podcast, he talked about how he wasn't really into chess at first. He got into it because his sister was being trained by their dad, and he was competing with her, even though she didn't really care. Therefore, he started training, and he got better. But he hated doing chess homework. It drained the fun out of the game for him. So instead, he stopped training in the traditional way, and just obsessed over chess in his own way, treating it like a hobby. He thought about it constantly, played it everywhere in his mind, and eventually became one of the greatest. But even now, he still treats chess as a hobby, playing it for fun rather than grinding like other grandmasters. Therefore, he protected his love for the game while he was still improving. Carlsen proves that you can get insanely good at something while still loving it. But what if you've already lost that love? I used to be passionate about chess. I played chess because I wanted to. But then, unrealistic expectations from my parents and spectators started piling up. Losing now became stressful, not because I lost, but because I get scolded for it. Every game felt like I was defending my reputation rather than just playing to improve. At that point, chess stopped to become fun. It became a routine. I didn't enter tournaments because I wanted to. I entered because my dad decided I should. And the worst part, I never spoke up about it. Gervonta Davis is one of the biggest names in boxing, but even at the height of his career, he's considering stepping away. He's talked about how he wants to focus on becoming a better father and how boxing has made him an angrier person. Therefore, he announced his retirement, but most of the boxing world criticized him. They said he should fight tougher opponents before calling it quits. But Davis doesn't care about his legacy in boxing anymore. He even called the sport trash, and he made it clear that his second fight with Roach is his last fight. It's obvious, he never truly loved boxing. He just got good at it because he trained a lot when he was a kid. And now that he's an adult, he doesn't feel the same passion for it anymore. Therefore, he's ready to walk away. To avoid ending up like Davis, we need to be more like Carlsen. We need to love what we do. But how do we know if we really love it? There's a philosophical concept called mimetic desire. Sometimes, the things we think we want aren't actually our own desires. They're just things we've been influenced into wanting. Do you actually love the sport because you enjoy playing it? Or do you love the status, the reputation, or the validation that comes with it? There's a difference between loving the process and loving the external rewards that comes with it. The key is finding joy in actual training, doing the task, and getting into a flow state, not just the trophies and recognition. Just like how Carlsen loves playing chess without the trophies. And there are plenty of people with the same mindset. Just like the 2025 World Chess Champion, how Dmitry Bivol just wanted revenge against Artur Beterbiev in their second fight. The best athletes, like Kobe Bryant in basketball or Magnus Carlsen in chess, loved the process. But if you don't, then you need to ask yourself some tough questions. Do you need the money? Do you need the scholarship? If not, what are you doing this for? If you're forcing yourself to continue and it's bringing you nothing, no wins, no improvement, no joy, no opportunities, then maybe it's time to move on. But if quitting means losing something crucial like financial stability or an education, then you might need to push through and find a way to love it again. Look at Arnold Schwarzenegger. He dominated bodybuilding, but once he won enough titles, he got bored. Therefore, he transitioned into acting. Later, he moved into politics. He kept evolving instead of forcing himself to stay in something that no longer excites him. How to reignite your passion for the game. If you're struggling with internal motivation, there's one thing you can try: journaling. Go back to the beginning, write down what made you fall in love with your sport in the first place. What excited you? What gave you that drive? List everything. Then go through each one and try to reconnect with those feelings. Experiment. Change how you train. Shift your mindset. Find a way to make it fun again. Because if you discover the love for the process, not just the rewards, then maybe, just maybe, you'll fall back in love with the game. If you want to become the greatest in your sport, subscribe and get your tournament preparation guide in the pinned comment.